eventually we're going to have to come and believe in our own and believe in ourselves. And I look at the NBA players, for an example. There's billions of dollars that they control, but yet I think LeBron is doing it in Akron, but we don't build the hotels, we don't own a bank, we don't do these things when we can just control at least that amount of things. So I like to see that happen. And it's not racial, it's just self. You want to protect yourself, you want to have opportunities for your young kids to come through and be able to get loans and get people who want to be in a home. They can go to a mortgage company. We look at Sachs just gave $5 billion after cheating people out of $100 billion. You know, so we got to take charge of our own. And that's what Reverend King was talking about. You know, own your own, do your own thing. You know? And like everybody else, there's no other race that we don't turn the dollar over in our community for one time. All other races turn it 6, 7 times, you know. So without that, we can't create no wealth. We can't do anything because we're reaching other people.
Yeah, it's interesting how historically you talk about reinvestment. We saw during the tour just a moment ago here at the National Civil Rights Museum that Birmingham, Alabama, back in the 60s was a very, very prominent, thriving, economic epicenter of African-American activity and commerce. Jalen, you've got your Jalen Rose Learning Center in Detroit. Is wealth a part of your message, and wealth accumulation, and however you want to say it to your young students there? Is that part of your message and doctrine there?
Sure, it's fiscal literacy. And I want to go back to a point that Spencer was making about reinvesting the money. What ends up happening is the dynamic always plays out like this. You grow up in the inner city, but what is the first thing you do when you get money? That's the dynamic. Why are you moving? Because everything is, there aren't any good supermarkets, there aren't any good restaurants, there aren't any good things. But what ends up happening is that's not a rich problem, that's a wealthy problem. And there have been a lot of people that are rich that try to help tackle that problem in their community and end up getting sacked. So that dynamic is unique in our country. And also, we went from wanting to participate, and that took so long to finally get on equal footing that we arrived, but yet the level of play continued to expand while we were getting there. And so, yes, now we're talking about ownership and the dollars that are being accumulated, but we're able to play, but we're not able to be GMs, we're not able to be presidents, we're definitely not able to be owners. And who's writing those multi-million-dollar checks? Not us. That's how it's played out.
What are those wealth accumulation conversations like inside the NBA locker room?
I think it's really power in numbers. And things I try to explain to my teammates is, we're, obviously a fist is, stronger than, a singular finger. And any group of 3 or 4 guys, we don't even have to have the big LeBron names. We all have enough money to where if we have a group, a solid group of 5 or 6 guys, and we start going out and trying to buy real estate and trying to buy these things and parking lots and things we were talking about. But I think that what Jaden touched on earlier, we came up with nothing. So once we get our money, our first thing we do is we're going to move, and we're going to take care of our family instead of thinking about our children and our children's children like the long term. It's just something we weren't brought up in, so we don't really understand, like you said, how to roll it over 5 or 6 times and make it really work for us.
It's almost like when you go out to a club. You can have the money to get in, but you don't have your wristband to get in VIP.